From the heart of the nation, where stories ignite, we gather the voices that shine through the night, across every border, through time and through flame. We carry the truth and the power of name. Here's to the dreamers, the builders, the brave, the ones who gave life to the freedom they gave. From the heart of the White House to the world's open door, we present every soul, every voice, evermore. We present the world with honor, with grace. The faces of history, the heartbeat of place. From mountains to oceans, from struggle to song, the stories of people who led us along. Oh, we present the
Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Hey, honey, how's it going today with your brick wall? I noticed that you have a brick wall for a background. Looks like Stormy's a little bit frozen, but she's got a beautiful brick wall today, and that ain't bad. I still see one of your clouds hanging in the background.
Yeah, the cloud, it didn't. I tried to get as close as I could, but.
Yeah. Yep, it's looking fantastic. Today we have Reneé, Critcher Lyons, and I finally have stopped mutilating her name. For a while there, I had Critcher stuck in my head, and I was like, you got to get this unstuck out of your head. Her brand new book, she's here at the end of the Patriots. Her brand new book is doing fantastic, and it's all about Lady Bird Johnson. So we're going to jump right in there. Also today, we feel very lucky to have a special guest with Professor Reneé. Also, we have Evelyn with us, who told Stormy last night that I actually attended the tour. My mother took me at 11 years old to see Lady Bird Johnson, and so that was unbelievable. I was just, maybe 4 or 5 years old when this tour occurred. So to have somebody who was actually there is unbelievable. Without further ado, it's my honor to introduce a good old friend of ours who's been here many times. Professor Reneé Critcher Lyons has been at East Tennessee State University for a long time. She also has a legacy of teaching in the school system here in North Carolina, where she taught everything she said now. She has taught from elementary school all the way on up to students in college and university, the full gamut of education, a long legacy, also as a librarian and publishing many books. The first time that Professor Lyons came here, it was for her debut book about very famous foreign-born patriots of the American Revolution. And I think, Stormy, you may remember many years, with
Yes.
10, 15 years ago, the
Yeah.
foreign-born patriots. And yeah, that was just so amazing. Michael Kovacs was one of them. And of course, Casimir Pulaski, people that we kind of sort of remember, Baron von Steuben, and we kind of sort of remember Baron de Kalb and these foreign-born patriots of the American Revolution. We have a big street here named after de Kalb. Do you want to mention it up here, Stormy?
Yeah, that's one of our major streets is DeKalb Street. Yeah.
Yeah, and some folks around it
And
are called
Lafayette, of course.
Lafayette and Marion Street and Sumter Street and all throughout Shelby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people sometimes say decab around here. So I'd like to bring on Professor Lyons. Reneé, you're down there smelling the Johnson chili. I hope it's not driving you crazy.
Well, it smells really good, everyone.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
LPJ's Pedernales River chili, very close to Austin. They're the famous Pedernales River.
Yes.
We started cooking early this morning, so
Yeah, it
the
smells really
garlic. We
good.
got the garlic going with the olive oil.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope you're not suffering too much.
Well, I am because it smells so good. So I can't wait till tonight.
I know we're gonna have the Western salad that they served and made at the LBJ Ranch and White House. We got some Mexicali corn with fresh green peppers and red peppers. We're also going to do a peach cobbler. So we got a couple of them in the oven that are going to go in with vanilla ice cream. Stormy, the saffron rice.
He's making us all hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be taking care of the saffron rice. We'll have that to serve with the chili.
And you want to brag about how you're going to cook that and what you use to cook it?
Yes, I'm going to use my Instapot / rice cooker. So I've been getting good use out of that thing.
Yeah, anything Instapot. We give to Stormy. She's the Instapot queen.
Instapot person.
Yeah, and we're gonna put together Lady Bird's famous barbecue sauce. We just made it in Washington, D.C., and we did a whole TV episode about it. People just loved it. So, Reneé, what this book kind of like shocked us. We're like, what is she writing about now? Rolling down the line.
Yes.
What is this about?
It's about a train journey. Lady Bird Johnson took in 1964, and our history books don't tell us about it, but I feel like it's something that, defines her and her bravery. Of course, the Civil Rights Act was signed in July of 64, and the South was, let's just say it, a mess at the time. So her husband, who wanted to run again for president, Lyndon Baines, could not come to the South to campaign. I mean, like he was shut out from part of his country because of violence. The Secret Service would not let him come. Wow. And of course, Lady Bird and Lyndon Baines were Southerners, and they couldn't come to the South, so that was horrible. But Lady Bird said, "I'm going. I'm part of the South. I love the South," and so she made the decision to come and campaign for her husband. It's the first time ever that a first lady campaigned without her husband. So she set a precedent there to do that by herself. So that just shows you her bravery. And she just planned it. And, her husband at first President Johnson didn't want her to at first, but she just insisted. She said, "We're part of the South. We're going, and we're going to talk to them. We're not going to act like they're not part of us." So that was another message she gave us, is to talk to each other.
This ended up being your idea, was to cover this book. And so when you contacted me a couple of years ago in development, it was like, wow, this is perfect for
Mhm.
the Presents Television Network. Yeah.
Well, I had it on my mind for a long time because I had found the story when I was helping a student. As we said, I used to be in public schools, and I was helping a student research, for like a project he was doing, like for a wax museum, for a biographical figure. And he chose Ladybird, and we came across this. And I thought, oh my goodness, we do not know about this, and we need to know about it because it's such an indication of bravery in your role as a citizen.
Yeah. And I'm going to bring on now a very, very fortunate, lucky guest. When we found out about this guest, just late breaking last night, said,
Mhm.
I was actually at the tour. It was like,
Right.
oh my gosh, Stormy, do you want to tell us how you felt?
Mhm.
Read that?
Yeah, I was so excited. I was such a great thing to get this message from one of our friends, Evelyn, and for her to tell us that I think she said she was around 11 years old, but I'll let her tell the story a little bit when she comes on. There,
Yeah.
hi, Evelyn.
And
Hello.
Evelyn is here. So Evelyn, we feel
Yeah.
so lucky. I can only say I can only relate this to when my mom told me, don't worry about COVID so much. With a global pandemic, I lived through one. I was like, you weren't even alive. And she's like, well, my mom told me about it during World War One, and her sister had to live like in a room at the front of the house. It gave me such solace to have my mom talking to me about a global pandemic, and that there was somebody there that witnessed this history, and that my mom could relate this to me in her 80s. But Evelyn, I mean, you were there.
Yes.
And saw Lady Bird Johnson with your bare eyes. Reneé, how does that hit you?
Oh, it really hits me. I'm like, this is wonderful. I'd love to hear your experience.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you my experience because for a long time I thought maybe I dreamed it because you're right. It hadn't been covered in history whatsoever. But I did, kind of vividly remember going with my mother to the local train station in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And I was 11. She got me out of school, which was a nice thing. And here came this train, and they stopped. And then after that, I mainly remember seeing the backs of people because, I was a little shorter than most of them. But, for a long time, I thought, yeah, I think we did that. And then when the flyer appeared yesterday from Stormy, everything clicked. I said, I was not dreaming. Okay, that would really happen. But it was an interesting time to my 11-year-old life because I had recently, I think what brought me into everything was the Cuban Missile Crisis, and my mother saying, well, that Adlai Stevenson guy, that's our cousin. And, he was trying to diffuse the situation, and that kind of made everything go, whoo, and I paid attention. And then, of course, the assassination of President Kennedy. I can remember riding my big blue 24-inch twin bicycle home from my school in tears the whole way. And so, I was kind of aware. I actually wrote a letter to Adlai Stevenson, got an answer, which in his usual tone was, he said, I'm really proud of my relatives. He wouldn't say anything nice about himself. And that really hit me that I got an answer. And I looked up after y'all sent out the flyer. I looked up the Whistle Stop Tour and found out that, yeah, they were in Rock Hill at 1:37 p.m. On, I've forgotten what day it was now. I didn't write that down. And stayed till 1:52 p.m. So I did actually get to see that. And like I said, that's about all I remember. But it was a stellar time for me as an 11-year-old.
Well, we are just blown away and feel so fortunate and lucky Evelyn has been a huge supporter of every event that we go to, whether it's Italian food or she was just here again for a big dinner that we had, and just a huge supporter, comes to everything and helps everybody. Yeah. Well,
So
I
did
mean,
you actually see her, Evelyn? Did you actually get to
I
see
guess
her?
I
or-
did, but I probably
Yeah,
wasn't real aware of who she was. I
yeah,
just knew
yeah,
mother was taking me to this thing. And
yeah.
on another note, my mother hates crowds. So for us to be there was a big thing for mother.
Right, right.
yeah. And I was insistent upon taking little Barry to Billy Graham's funeral procession
Mm-hmm,
to see the hearse, come by. And of course, little Barry was like 11 or 12 when that happened. And you don't really understand. It's another dumb thing my dad's taking me to, or my parents taking me to.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Maybe when we're older, we put two and two together and think about it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'd like to shift over to your presentation then now. We have
Oh,
it teed up here for you, and I can add that to the stage. And like I said, we may jump down to the bottom and sit down at the bottom here. And if it's a big enough screen, just feel free to keep talking. We may put everybody off screen for a second, but don't worry, we can still hear you. And yeah, take it away.
Okay, well, I just wanted to have a few slides today to tell you about, how the book was birthed and what all I had to do to get it published and that sort of thing. So we can go on to the next slide. And as I said,
Okay.
the way I got this, well, let me introduce myself a little bit. As Marty said, I've authored 3 books and varying articles, and also, I'm a professor, so I have to do a lot of scholarly stuff, but this is my creative activity here, and my deepest love is children's literature, so I'm so happy about this one. Okay. You can go on.
Okay.
And the next slide shows you where I found the idea for this book. And as I said, I was helping a student, and we ran across this PBS resource where it talks about her whistle stop chore. So this is where the idea originated for me. And I was like, oh my goodness, how brave was that? That's what I wanted to highlight, was her bravery. I mean, I don't know if people understand what it was like. There was violence in the streets, sort of like if we're watching the TV today about Minneapolis, it was like that. And which one of us wants to go up there right now, so that's the way it was down here because of the Civil Rights Act and people's opposition to it. As I said, her husband could not come south, and he was a Southerner from Texas. So,
yeah,
because of the violence and the disruptions, that we had all over the South. So, Lady Bird, of course, was also raised in the South and in Alabama, and so she had a lot of kin down here, and she's like, I'm not going to be, sequestered from the South in my place of birth. And so it was, of course, she didn't have as much of a risk as the president would have. So she decided to come and campaign for her husband. And she was very much a trailblazer as far as first ladies go, because she immediately began planning to campaign for her husband, and she had an all-women staff that helped her plan.
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
So when you're watching, some of those TV shows with, Netflix, and they show the all-female cabinet, she had an all-lady staff.
She did. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Amazing.
and so she was very much a trailblazer as far as the role of the First Lady. So, she started this service type of and active citizenship type of role, which we still have today. So that's wonderful. But this is where I found the idea, is helping a student myself. And I thought, oh my goodness. So I've had this in the back of my mind for a long time. And even when I was down here, and as Marty said, with the Foreign Born Patriots book, I saw that he has a museum here, as y'all know, and he had one of her little whistle stop badges that was distributed during her tour in one of his glass cases. And I was just like, wow. So I kept working at it. And I'm also have a degree in writing for children. And one of my classmates was Helen Kampion. You can go on the next slide. And so we had thought about, collaborating. And I told her about the story, and she was just as excited as I was. And so we decided to collaborate on this picture book together. And this is Helen, my co-author. And there we are at the bookstore at the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Museum. Because we presented there, I think it was last November.
We just recently contacted them because of the barbecue recipe.
Oh, okay. And so we were excited that we got to do that. We're both graduates of the Vermont College of Fine Arts, so that's what that picture is there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was so exciting to be up in Austin and presenting for them. We presented for educators, so we try to incorporate what we feel like how they could take this book into the classroom and use it. So it was.
Yeah, I put our recipe the barbecue recipe up there in the top right corner.
Yay! I can't wait.
And we have her china here. We've been becoming more and more aware of her 50 state flowers was featured on the dessert plates. We have one of her service plates here from the set of china that they issued. And we went all through studying each of the 8 flowers, on that china, and some very obscure flowers, and that led us to the Wildflower Center, which is named after her outside of Austin. There, it was just so exciting.
Yeah, that's what most people remember her for. And the beautification of our highways, which we still have today. It's one of her legacies. But why this legacy was hidden, I'll never know, Marty, because, how much bravery it took.
I knew nothing about this, and all of doing this recipe and preparing it in Washington, D.C., and then with your book, it just seems like a tremendously effective storm that has come all together out of the middle of nowhere. None of us expected to be talking about all this. But Stormy, you had it on fried chicken, or did you try it on the roasted chicken in Washington?
I had it on the fried chicken, so it was really good. Yeah,
it was so good. The only thing Stormy said was, don't put as much hot sauce in today.
Yeah, when we recorded it in Washington, D.C., and that's whenever it was a little too spicy for my taste. I could never survive on that TV show Hot Ones, if you've ever seen that, where they eat the hot wings.
Yeah. So it's amazing how these things come together, and
it is. And I wanted to show this picture in the book because
there's the food.
That's one way she thinks we can all come together, Marty, is through food and dining and communing together. So not to divide ourselves, but to come together and of course, dining is one of the ways we commune best as human beings, right? So this shows what she served on this page here shows what she served on the train. Of course, she was the ultimate host,
Wow.
and she had people on and off the train at every stop, and she would invite the local Congress people, and just the of course the media, the local media, and she would feed them. So
Wow. Oh, I didn't
isn't
know that she did the food.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh
And
man.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
on the train, yeah,
that
and
is cool. You
yeah,
know,
and
their Western salad that we're gonna have tonight, they say it's a takeoff of a Caesar salad.
mm-hmm,
So the only thing I'm not gonna do is the raw egg yolks. Um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
you know,
mm-hmm.
and
No, let's
that
not do that.
yeah. So, well, that's very common in the Caesar salad with all that and the
Yeah.
anchovy. But I was working on the croutons down there, the big
Mm-hmm.
homemade croutons. I'm going to roast them in the oven, and I hope we don't kill Evelyn. Evelyn, is somebody gonna pick you up and bring you down here tonight?
Well, I
Yeah.
hadn't really thought about it. I've got to pick up my grandson after school, so I'll be with him.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't mention that we're gonna have is ranch style beans. So I just want to clarify that for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They are pinto beans, but the actual ranch style beans that are sold in the supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
it's a black, yellow, and red label, ranch style beans.
Mm-hmm.
They are the secret recipe from LBJ's Ranch. And in Texas, there, they took that recipe and started canning it and sell it worldwide now. So we have actually ranch style beans. And I'm going to give you a commemorative can to take home tonight as a gift, along with another gift we have for you as our speaker tonight at 6 p.m. So,
thank you.
One thing, I whenever I first moved off base in the Navy, we had roommates, and they were from Texas, and they had ranch beans with every meal except for breakfast. I mean, every dinner they would serve the ranch style beans. So,
wow.
yeah, that was a lot of beans.
Yeah.
See, it's that type of stuff that you find out the really cool truth. Like
Yeah.
having Evelyn here today, a living witness to history that can connect us to 1964 with her own eyes.
That's right.
And having Reneé hold that book up and say, "Oh, by the way, look at all the food," and she served the food, and it's just I don't know these things. I'd never heard these things. They're just unbelievable.
Yeah, she used her Southern hospitality to bring people together and help them understand why the Civil Rights Act was so important. And she used grace and kindness, and not yelling at everybody, and so
that great Southern thing that we can all learn, grace.
Right.
Yes, I've lived here 18 years and been in love with Stormy for 20.
Mm-hmm.
When we first fell in love in Tennessee, Stormy said the other night, the Olympics was on. We were watching the Olympics in Italy. I was like, you're right. It was those red guys doing the ice skating with the fire coming out of the back of their head. I remember, it was the Winter Olympics in Italy.
Torino. Is it Torino?
Yeah, well, I think it was Torino. Yeah. Well, the book is available, everybody, on Amazon. I'll go back to Renee's slide presentation now and re-add it to the stage. And then we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'd like to do a couple of questions have come in, I see, and also to show the book on Amazon. But let's just pick it right back up where we were. We diverged a little break there on the food.
That's
and
important.
You were showing Helen your co-author in crime.
Right. Okay, we can go next.
Okay.
And I can't tell you how many revisions we did when you're writing. People think, well, picture book, it doesn't take too long, well, that's wrong. And plus I had to do so much research to get it right. When we went to the Lady Bird Johnson Flower Museum, and they were also in association with the LBJ Presidential Library, so they worked together with us, and they told us that it was the most accurate, book they'd seen, and they were so happy we had got it right. So that takes a lot of research to get it right. And here's just some of our drafts. I wanted to show you how much writing it takes for a picture book. It's just like any other writing. It takes, time. It takes skill. It takes lots of effort, and you don't get it right the first time. So you have to keep working on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we used Google Docs to write back and forth. She lives in Boston. And so, so we used Google Docs to talk to each other and revise and contribute and that sort of thing. So that was fun too. We were communing over writing, right?
Yeah.
It's such a help to be able to collaborate across the earth. With many writers, and each person has this chapter or that chapter, and you take this and you take that, and Google Docs does such a great job of that.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
We were struggling with a gentleman one day, a client of ours, to embrace Google Docs, and he was still living inside of Microsoft Word. And you send me the revision, and I'll mark it up with 20 to 60 different things and send it back tomorrow. And then you go on ahead and rip it apart and send it back. I was like, you have got to stop this. It is 2025. At the time, it was 2025. And he knew nothing about Google Docs. I was like, oh, my goodness gracious. You are killing us.
Yeah. But my mom always said 2 minds are better than one. So.
Yeah.
That was one of her sayings. We use a lot of Ladybird's, language. You know how the South has so many great terms and sayings, and so I want to just tell some of the quotes. Let's stop for that just a minute. And
okay.
So she called everybody her friends. And like when she stopped in Savannah, it was a really hard stop because, everybody was, I had to research about the signs that were being held up by people, and they were not nice.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And they were not nice, the protesters, and these were some of the things they were saying. And so she did not, as Martin Luther King did, you don't fight, with fighting. You fight with love. So she said, I have a mighty happy feeling to see y'all out there. So, she spoke Southern to them. So that's another, she was one of them. So we put a lot of those quotes from her in there. When she stopped in Alabama, she said, I declare if I didn't see 2 more cousins, and we stopped and brought them in with us too. So, she was part of the South, and one of the Congress people that came on board said she was, as Southern as, let me see what it was. She was as much a part of the South as tobacco, peanuts, and red-eye gravy.
That's it.
That's really Southern.
So we put a lot of that in there as well. This is her playing. She got to play with black children when she was young, but she couldn't go to school with them. And she always wondered why. And she said, this isn't right. We need to change this. From an early age, she said that. So
very insightful.
Yeah.
Takes a while to find out about what's going on.
Yeah, so I had to look up a lot of what she said and some of her writing. So
yeah, takes a while. You watch that Hidden Figures and you find out what was going on with that coffee pot and that lady walking half a mile to the restroom.
To go to the bathroom, yeah. That's the way it was.
Yeah. You find out stuff that's like, I can't believe this, you know.
No, you can't. You can't.
You're watching that, and we have the Hidden Figures ladies here in the library. I'm in the library today, on the second floor library, but we have them in Lego up here, the great scientists behind me. So,
well, we can't believe today that that a school would say a child could not come and be educated. So
yeah. And then when you did start that, they said it was one teacher and one little black girl in the classroom alone. I'm like, talk about, wow, man.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
we've come a long way.
quite eye-opening. Definitely, we're going to roll out the Genghis Khan gong and hit the gong on that one. If I could get a drum roll, we need a gong on that one. That's a gong show. I'm going to get a cane out and pull somebody off with a cane.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So after we did if you go to the next slide, after we did all the writing and research, we had to find a publisher, of course. So you see the effort it takes just to get one book published. But we had to get an agent, and so we did. And this is my agent, Stephen Frazier, up in New York, and he's with the Jennifer D. Sierra Literary Agency. And he's such a kind man. Speak of kindness, it's not just down south; it's up north too. He's a native of New York City, so he's just such a kind person. And he began sending our final draft into publishers across the country. And that's not easy either. That's yet another step, because you send it to all these people, they reject it.
I've been through all this with literary agents, and they bring 10 books in that they're going to present to Random House today, and they just tell them 2 minutes on each one, man. Pass.
They're just meant.
And they'll call you after. Well, I'm done at Random House. I wanted to call you before I go into dinner at 4 p.m. And they passed on you. It's like, all right, well, time lapse tomorrow. Call me tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot of effort to get this story out to the world. You can go on. When Stephen sent it around to everybody, we had several that were a little bit interested, and then we had one that wanted a revision before they decided. And as we were doing that revision, this is kind of, it's really serendipitous, all this stuff, but as we were doing that revision, Sleeping Bear decided to purchase our book. So
wow.
Yeah, so we didn't have to finish that revision. And
that's great.
Yeah. So Sleeping Bear decided to publish it, and it's my first children's book, so I was so excited.
I know, it's so amazing. What a stroke of luck. And you think about Chicken Soup for the Soul. They said they spent 19 years presenting to everybody you could think of, and every publisher you've ever heard of. Yeah. And they constantly told them this is a tone-deaf subject. Yeah. It really isn't applicable to the marketplace. And thank you so much for coming in today. And now it's published in 30 versions and 120 languages.
Yeah. So, I mean, publishing, I will tell you, is very fickle, if I can use a Southern term. Very, very fickle. And I mean by that, you just don't know what's going to happen. One editor hates it, the next loves it. So it's, you never know. We've got others that we're working on, and we don't know how that's going to go. So nothing's ever guaranteed when it comes to creative writing.
No. It's tough, and things are done digitally now with digital books and in-print books, and you have a beautiful in-print book. You have some tonight, in fact, for people in the audience if they would like to purchase one.
Yes.
She will be signing books tonight with a book signing after her speech and dinner. But then, you have the audiobook. I did my first audiobook on my 8th book. boy, was that a trip working with the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA, and hiring an actress to read my book. She's very famous, and paying her $150 per hour to read my book. That was all like, wow, an audiobook on audible.com. It's all very eye-opening.
Yeah, I'd love to have an audiobook of this, because I think it would, be conducive to a lot of sounds. And also I wanted to read it because, I've got a Southern voice. So
that's right. That's right. Absolutely.
This is the Illustrator. So, of course, once you sell to a publisher, then they're going to find an illustrator for your writing. And and you have you can suggest, some illustrators, some children's illustrators. She did ask us, my editor did ask us for suggestions, but she ended up getting Erin, who you see her here. And I met her at the Tennessee Association of School Librarians, had us recently, and they also invited her because Helen couldn't come. Right. And so I got to finally meet her. But you do not talk when you publish a children's book. They will not let you, as the author, talk to the illustrator at all until the everything is finished.
Wow!
And only then do you get to see the proofs. And then you get to. Then we had to look at the proofs, and we had to say whether it's accurate or not, because the illustrations also have to be accurate and reliable and historical.
Right.
So
show us one more if you can.
Okay. Let's see. Well, like this one, we're showing the media, and you see their cameras there. Those old time cameras and mics and everything. So that had to be right. Her dress, what she was wearing at the time, had to be right. And we did give her some information on that because she had it wrong. And so we had to go through. It took us forever because we had to examine every illustration and historically, and see if it was right. So, for example, what was on the actual podium, and this is the way it actually looked. Do you remember that, Evelyn?
I was too short to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, that is interesting to make sure. I mean, because they'll come get you, the stitch Nazis, we call them.
Oh, yeah.
The stitching on the dress is wrong and the blouse is incorrect, and I'm a dress expert. They'll come get you.
Yeah. For example, this one, she had, this is a picture of a lady in Ahoskie, North Carolina, when it actually stopped. A ladybird wanted to stop at places where the pavement runs out and people don't often go, as she said it. And so she did. She stopped at these small towns in Carolina. And anyway, one woman got up. She said, I got up at 3 o'clock this morning and milked 20 cows so I could get here by train time.
Oh.
Wow.
And this is the lady that was finally illustrated for that. But at first she had a real young lady, in here. And almost, like a teenager look. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
This will be a strong Southern woman that gets up in the morning and milks 20 cows. So she had to change that.
Yeah.
So,
and you wonder why Stormy has no desire to fiddle around with a butter churner. We have one there in the living room. And
I've done that already, Marty, with
I know. She's like, I do not want to do that. I don't want to be pictured with it. I don't want to demonstrate it at any colonial events. You can get somebody else to demonstrate that.
Takes hours. It sounds like.
So
to turn butter.
You don't. So they want the author's vision, and that's why you can't find it until it's finished. But then you have to correct any inconsistencies.
And she drew all this as well.
She did, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember watching LBJ with Woody Harrelson, I think it was, and he said we're going to need to pick up the stick and pick up the civil rights stuff of all this stuff that Kennedy was working on, and it's not going to die. And I may be a Southern president and was handy to help him win, but now I'm going to pick this up and do it.
And this is how we started the book, because that's the catalyst for the trip, right?
Yeah.
That's why people were so upset, because
the Civil Rights Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why people in the South were upset. So they needed to move forward, and they weren't quite ready to move forward. So how do we as citizens help our fellow citizens move forward? And Lady Bird did it with bravery, with kindness, and with grace, as we
and Stormy and I, we just marched for MLK Day on the open streets and highways.
Right.
There were not a whole lot of whites with us, but we encourage all kinds of people, Hispanics, Asians, whites, come with us next year and join in, because we had a police escort. And come join us and just say, hey, this is what the world's all about.
This is the Secret Service. She also had a detailed Secret Service, and when she decided, I'm doing this, she was the one that decided, I'm doing this, and everybody was saying, no you can't, and she said, yes I am. So she had to of course consult with the Secret Service, and they were with her and her all-women team to plan this as well.
Yeah, very important, because they obviously, there's people that want to do great harm to others.
And I've already showed you this one, how she could play with black children in her youth and be friends, but they couldn't go to school with her. So she was, and they couldn't go to church with her. So she always wondered about that.
Her best friends, could play with her in the front yard, but they were not allowed in the schoolyard. Yeah, interesting dichotomy.
Right. And Lady Bird, another way she showed bravery was she was not a public speaker. So she always struggled with that. She took classes to be a better public speaker. It was, what they say, that's people's biggest fear is public speaking.
It is, yes.
And so she overcame that to give all those speeches that ever stopped. They were great speeches, by the way. You should read some of them. Amazing. They are on YouTube as well. You can find some of her speeches on YouTube to watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. And here we are again in the very rural areas that she stopped. And she wanted to reach out to all Southerners.
Yeah, very important. Great job. Wow. But she did all this. Who knew, right?
Right. Who knows the story? So I'm so glad it's out there. As I said, she would get off the train too at stops and mingle with people and shake their hands and talk to them. Even the protesters that held up, down the drain with Lyndon Baines, she would go up to them and shake their hands and be gracious to them. They're human beings too. They, how do we get them to open their eyes a little bit, right? So.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
Johnson is a communist. Okay. Fly away, Lady Bird. Go home. Go back home.
Yeah. This is one of the last things I did before publications is they called me and said, we got to know what all's on these signs. And I told them what all was on there. And I didn't think they would use Johnson as a communist, but they sure did.
Yeah. Wow.
And so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It actually was one of the signs, so you're not making stuff up. People often have accused me of that, like, how dare you say something like that? I'm like, listen, I'm not doing this. This is history. This actually was what was said, So,
right.
Yeah.
And they were booing at the, she'd try to talk, they'd boo, they'd talk over her, yell, these kind of things as well.
Right.
So, and that's scary, isn't it? So, and she just stood there, woman of steel. She tried to give her husband's message to the crowd. Lyndon has offered to unify this country, to put behind us things of the past, she'd said.
So true. So true.
And then, of course, in a nonfiction picture book that'll be used by students, you want to have some more information in the back. It's called back matter. So we used a lot of that. As you see there, we have a lot of facts about the whistle stop. More facts that
the timeline. 30,000 plastic train whistles were handed out. Man, we got to get one of those on. Write that down, will you, Stormy? Let's try to find one on eBay. That's a great thing to add to the exhibit. 24,000 paper engineer hats were handed out. Now, Evelyn, I don't know if you remember any of these things. 160 cases of saltwater taffy, 6,000 ladies' straw hats with LBJ stitched into the trim. This is a whole exhibit, Reneé, for 2027.
Yes.
100,000 postcards. This is a whole exhibit in glass.
I know.
Yeah, this is a whole exhibit in glass.
And then we wanted to show all her stops. And as you see there, Evelyn, we have Rock Hill on there. So
there's Rock
I
Hill.
found it on a list.
Yeah.
Rocky
I'm
Mount,
so glad to
Tarboro.
know that I did not hallucinate all this.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
we know
exciting.
you're a liar and made it all up anyway. Just so
No,
Well,
stop.
because I figured that's what they would think.
Conspiracy theory, right?
Yeah.
We've done well. Maybe not in sales as much as I want, but in awards we have. So we had the first one we got was the Junior Library Guild Gold Standard, and that is a guild of librarians across the school librarians across the country, who they use this guild to evaluate the material they're going to collect in their school libraries. So we were so proud of that to begin with. And then we got the California Reading Association Eureka Award for nonfiction. So Eureka is appropriate, I think, because it's like, wow, that actually happened.
Yeah.
That's what I said when I first read it, right? Wow,
Yeah.
Eureka. And then we won, this is one I guess I'm most proud of, the National Council for the Social Studies Notable Children's Trade Book. So
That's great.
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wild.
I just went to Thrift Books to try to order it, and it's on back order, so you must be doing well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do have it before we go to commercial break here. They're cueing us on the music. They're gonna run us off the stage with the music, but I do have the Amazon. If I notice there's 8 copies left on Amazon today. We do have copies here tonight. If anybody would like to get a signed copy by one of the authors, but here it is on Amazon. Let's see. Yep, you've got it. Of course, Kindle is endless. I love Kindle. But if you want the hardcover for $14.17, it is available. Rolling on down the line with Lady Bird Johnson's 1964 Whistle Stop Tour for Civil Rights by Helen Kampion and Reneé Critcher Lyons. They said they had 8 copies left, and it can be delivered as soon as Friday, February 13th. So that's pretty good. And
you having trouble if you're in the snowy mountains like I am, though.
Yeah.
I had trouble getting it to me, so.
well, there you have it. We will be back in 1 second, guys, with this unbelievable book, and hoping to see you tonight. It is also available at Sleeping Bear Press, so sleepingbearpress.com. If you
Marty, I'm sorry. This is the teaching guide. So if you're an educator out there, Sleeping Bear Press created a teaching guide to go along with it. So it's all preset for you, and you don't have to do your own instructional material creation. So,
that's even more helpful for the classroom. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it, I think, as far as my slides go.
Well, perfect. We will be right back. Everybody grab a glass of water if you need to, and give a shout out to our sponsors. We have a couple of questions teed up from the audience, and we're going to put them up on screen. Just give us a couple of minutes, and we will be right back.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Be sure to support our amazing sponsors. Stop by, say hello, and explore how you can do business together. We truly appreciate their partnership and yours.
Digitize parenting skills for online child protection? Be safe and learn about digital supervision. Suggested reading Eyes on the Internet, a resource book for parents, guardians and professionals. Eyes on the Internet is available globally on Amazon. For details and to learn more from the author, go to cedoc-gebauer.com. Together, let's be the shield that protects the future of our children.
Every generation, every sacrifice. Our nation's service members have stood up for our freedom, our families, and our future. Now it's our turn to stand up for them. This year, you can honor their service in a deeply personal way by sponsoring a $17 Veterans Wreath. Each wreath is more than a symbol. It's a heartfelt tribute to the heroes who served and to the families who carry their legacy. Visit wreathsacrossamerica.org to sponsor a wreath today. This isn't just a wreath. It's a personal gift to an American hero.
Reneé Children's Academy provides a holistic education to the children. Total strength of 40 experienced teachers and 850 students. Our STEAM teaching methodology is adapted to meet our students' needs. Our science labs for physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics are well equipped to benefit our students in higher. Computer lab has with internet facility and a dedicated server. Conference hall. Our school's gallery-style conference hall is equipped with multimedia facility, herbal garden. We've 40 type of medicinal plants in our school's herbal garden. School has 3 buses and 2 vans to pick up and drop our students at specific locations. Extracurricular activity. We encourage innovation, engagement and empathy among students. We're the beacon light in the ocean of knowledge.
Well, we are back, honey, and I can smell the chili all the way up here on the second floor. It is smelling good, and that whole garlic that we put in there, man, if you get one of those tonight, you will be Dracula-proof, so don't worry. I see Evelyn has joined us back again, and of course, we are lucky to have Professor Critcher Lyons with us in this historic day here at the United States Presidential Service Center and U.S. Presidential Culinary Museum. We are getting ready tonight to enjoy all of the Johnson favorites from the LBJ Ranch and White House. And we had a couple of questions come in. I'm going to display those. This was an audience question had popped in from YouTube. And this question was, music travel and American history pulse through the story. What role does the road play metaphorically in the book?
Well, I think that it's, actually the train tracks, but of course that's a road, that's a journey. So that's what we were saying, we're rolling on down the line, which is a Southern type of saying, the train is rolling on down the line. We're continuing forward. We're going forward. We're traveling this road together, and we will make it to the destination. And so I think that's, metaphorically what we're saying with this book on Lady Bird is if we just continue working together and being kind and generous and brave and participatory, be a citizen that participates, that we'll get to look how far we've come, from children not being able to go to school to, equality of public access. So I think that's metaphorically what the road is, or the tracks are saying.
That's it, rolling down the line, rolling down the tracks, out on the road. Any questions, Evelyn or Stormy, before I go on to the next one?
No,
Okay,
thank you.
so the next one was your writing brims with vivid scenes. This is coming from Facebook. Your writing brims with vivid scenes. Do you sketch the story first or let it emerge as you write?
I have to do all the research first, a lot of research. And then I think my mind is the creative process. It's subconsciously I'm fashioning how I want it organized. Like, do I start with Lady Bird planning the trip itself? Do I start with the Civil Rights Act? Those, and it comes to you. I can't explain it. If you put your mind to something, your subconscious is also working all the time. And so, like when you sit down to actually write it, or to think about how am I going to organize this, it comes to you if you have been working on it in your mind. So it's kind of the creative process. So I let it emerge, I guess, from all the work I've done prior thereto.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. Kind of sort of leads into the next one. We're starting to stream those questions now down on the bottom corner there. And hopefully you can see that one, but I can make that one a little bit bigger from the Twitch Entertainment Network, in fact. Let's make that a bit larger where you can see that. And then I'll just read it out loud one time. So on this one, it was, have you had any reader reactions that moved you, surprised you, or even made you rethink part of your own perspective?
No, I think everybody was like me when I first read that PBS article. Really? She did this? So that's what most readers are saying. She put herself in this danger and, didn't flinch, didn't bat an eye, as we say down here. Yes, she did. Absolutely. For her country and for her husband, she did it.
Or my personal favorite is bless her pea-picking heart.
Right.
Out in the field with a basket.
That's right. But I don't know. I've not mentioned this yet in the book, but they actually had a bomb threat during the journey.
Oh wow!
I don't know if y'all know that either. And in Florida, they received a bomb threat. So they had to stop for the night, and they had to search the train, and they had to search all the track that was for the next day. They actually sent a decoy across the track, across this bridge here, because that's where they were worried about.
They sent a decoy across the bridge. Holy
heck.
heck.
Yeah, and then they had federal agents down in these boats. Down here, you see.
Yeah.
As she crossed. So the decoy went first, and we say that she wasn't even worried about herself. She was worried about the engineer and on the decoy.
Of course.
Which she was. And she put herself in the smack dab of this situation and was brave all the way. And she said, I didn't put this in the books, but she did say, I don't think it's in my destiny to be assassinated. So she had this inner feeling about it too, that all would be well, and that she was working for peace, so all would be well.
Yeah. Well, Professor Critcher Lyons, it is an honor to have you on today. People will be watching this years from now. I do see many different people are on Facebook, the Twitch Entertainment Network, YouTube. We are on LinkedIn Live with a LinkedIn live streaming contract as well. Several channels across Facebook. We're going to keep cooking all day today and get going with some other stuff, including the ranch style beans and peach cobbler. We will see you here at 6 p.m. if you're coming on down. If you're rolling on down the line here, we will see you at 6 p.m. here. Don't be late and get lined up for your vittles. We are asking a donation of $20.26 to the Cleveland County Democratic Party. We'll also have other speakers here who are going to say how this Whistle Stop tour affected their thoughts. And then, of course, if you'd like to bring some food for the food bank here in Grover, feel free to bring some food. We really would appreciate it. And thank you again so much.
Thank you.